Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Wealth and Wellness Report podcast. I'm your host, Diego, and today we have another guest. Her name's Josslyn Lin, and a realtor, local realtor. We're going to be talking a lot about real estate and entrepreneurship. Joss, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Diego, to have me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we met in San Francisco at a local real estate meetup, and I brought Ryan out with a big old camera, and we were interviewing probably like 20 people at like a really loud venue. And that's where we met.
Yes.
And I remember you were so excited to, get in front of the camera and like, work with us. So I really appreciate you being here. I'd love for the audience to learn a little bit about who you are and your business.
Sure. Sounds good. Yeah. Love to share.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about your journey as a as a CPA and as a realtor and the transitions there.
Yeah, sure. So I actually came to the Bay Area about 9 years ago. I originally from China. I studied there and grew up there. But then I figured out, I want to explore the world and I want to actually come to the US, So I decided to come, and then I studied accounting as my major in grad school. So back in 2016, at the time, I studied about 2 years, and then graduated in 2018, and then work as a more like public accountant CPA in CPA firms. So I worked in about 3 companies up to last year. I think I transitioned from my CPA career into more like realtor and investor career.
Were you working as a CPA locally here in the Bay Area, or were you out of state?
Yeah, I was working actually a firm in San Mateo, the first firm actually in San Mateo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then went to San Francisco for the other 2 firm. Yeah.
When you and I had our original conversations, you were telling me a little bit about your business and what you've done as a CPA. I perked up because I've kind of gone through the gauntlet with CPAs over the course of my career. Yeah. And I was actually letting you know right before we started recording that I've had to go through like 5 CPAs over the last 7 years. And to find a CPA that knows what they're doing and not just create a file and just submit it to the IRS is really, really hard.
Yeah, it is.
To find a group or a team or an individual that understands tax strategy, tax liabilities, a certain IRS codes to help you bring down those liabilities at the end of the year is just really, really tough. So I found an amazing team. I'm going to give them a shout out. JKLR, Ken Cathcart. They're out of Orange County, and they have saved me thousands and thousands of dollars doing cost seg studies for my properties. They've helped me kind of navigate and strategize really good ways to take our revenue from our businesses and roll them into assets and to bring down our taxes. So it's like, I think you had mentioned that you do mostly like auditing within the CPA realm.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would definitely want to, call your guy too. I think I do want more advice from more professional, CPA that is know what they're doing in tax saving. I think that is actually not what I was specialized. I was more specialized in financial statement audits and also like internal audits. So
interesting.
Those are my actually like
your expertise.
Focus. So, but during the course of learning, I also realized that yes, I need to learn more about taxes. I want to, save us, me and my husband, our W-2 taxes. How would I be able to do that? That's not a knowledge that I didn't know from work, but I kind of learned it myself, and along the way when we're doing investing in real estate. And so that's
so when you were doing audits, were you working with what sort of audits, if you don't mind me asking, were you focused on doing, and for what industries?
So it's more like public company audits.
Oh, okay.
Audit their financial statements. So I did a lot of different kinds of industry too. There's manufacturing, there's, I think banking too. And then of course tech companies.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
all sort of industry.
Yeah.
But as the auditor, we just go in and take a look at their financial statements and then audit, account by account.
Yeah.
So the more, level you go up, that's the more reviews that you do, and you actually don't do too much of actual work. But when I was doing the work, I feel like it's quite interesting to do all the vouching and stuff.
For sure.
You do a sampling, and then you ask for the supporting documents. And
Yeah.
then they'll give you, and then you just do all the.
So that's a huge translation to underwriting investment properties, right? So how has that experience as an auditor in a CPA position help you in your real estate investing?
Yeah, that's definitely a big plus. I think I get the hang of underwriting a lot more faster when I was doing, underwriting. I didn't know that, I actually started investing last year, 2024. That is when we bought our first investment property out of state. Yeah, I think at that time, definitely using all this knowledge that I gained from working as a CPA definitely make me more, I can learn a lot more faster. Definitely.
Sure, yeah, because I mean the auditing. Was it like forensic style auditing where you're having to look at every account in the chart and then follow the trail to the
exactly like that.
Yeah. So that's huge when it comes to underwriting real estate because you have to, there's this due diligence period, right?
Yeah.
And you have to look at everything. You open up the hood on this property and you have to identify and investigate so many different components. So I would imagine that would be super helpful. But where along the lines of accounting did you decide that this was not going to be your full-time gig and you wanted to go all in with real estate and investing?
Yeah. So it was actually the moment that me and my husband know that we are going to get our green card soon. So we got our green card last year.
Oh,
so
awesome.
The moment that we got our green cards, I think we know that we want to not just be in like W-2 forever. We want to be more value of our time. I don't want to just, definitely both him and myself don't want to work in W-2 forever. And then, but at that time, I think my husband earns a lot more than me. I think it makes sense for me to go into real estate. And of course, before we get into real estate, read some books, about tax saving a lot as well. So when I can take the, the real estate professional status, then
that's huge.
It's huge, right? So
yeah,
it's like if I can save a lot on taxes, already a lot more in our pockets. That's already a big plus.
And because you're married, your husband is going to gain all of that benefit, which is awesome. And probably, now with the One Big Beautiful Bill passing and 100% bonus depreciation coming back, I've learned through my team that I can retroactively go back a few years to recover some of the depreciation that wasn't scheduled because of the law. It had tiered down. I think it was like 80% to 60%. Last year was going to be 40%, but I can go back and recover the last 60 and other 20%.
Oh, okay.
Which is
to get into that. I need to look deeper.
Which
into
is
that.
huge. Yeah. So I'd love to refer you to Ken and his team because like I said, I've been through so many teams and they're so creative and knowledgeable and experienced, and hope to have Ken actually on the show because there's so many questions we have when we invest in real estate and when we underwrite projects to determine if they're good investments or not.
Right.
And to factor in all of these really important IRS codes in the depreciation schedules and how we, write off these losses really is specific to your type of business, your timeline, how old you are, because you might not want to collect all of the depreciation upfront at first. You might want to lengthen it over time depending on your situation. So they like really meet you where you're at, which is really cool.
Nice.
Um, so for me, when I first got into creative financing, it felt somewhat intimidating just because of the uncertainty and the unknown. For you, creative finance, how did you first discover some of these strategies like subject to and seller finance?
Yeah, so as I told you, I think I started investing last year, but it was, conventional loan, like very traditional way. We bought around two houses in Savannah
Georgia?
area. Yeah, Georgia,
Oh,
Savannah
cool.
area. Like so but after two houses, feel like you need to, put down 25%. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know. Am I gonna do this? Like, I cannot scale, definitely.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I stopped for a little bit. Then I became like more focused on my realtor business. So I spent more time on there. And then I think I came to a realization that I don't want to be just a realtor. I think I really like investing as well. I want to, own more and also take that advantage of, the real estate professional status. So I was looking, I was being a lot of, meetups and stuff. And then finally, I think I went to this event that's in where Fresno, where's Pace actually
Yeah.
had a speech there. So at that time, I don't know anything about Pace, about creative finance, but then I was looking at him up. I was like, he looks like a big deal, right? He's like on YouTube. Looks like he has so many videos. So I was started to look into some of his videos, and then that's when I started to learn. It's actually April this year, I think. Yeah, earlier April this year.
Cool.
And then I just bought his book, read it, and then feel like, oh yeah, this is something that actually I can
Scale.
scale.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that I don't know what to do last year, but then they feel like, oh, if I can, learn how to use creative finance to, acquire more properties, this is the way to go. So I joined Sub 2 and then learn and then trying to.
You jumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Scale.
Tell us about one creative deal that you pulled off that, makes you smile and think about, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
So I'm pretty new to the creative finance strategy still, but I bought one around a month and a half ago. That's what we talked. I think I called you about, during this closing period, there's a lot of things that's
uncertainties.
Yeah, uncertainty doesn't make sense to me.
Gray area.
Yeah. So I was very nervous, but I think we got to closing and now it's getting everything ready. Now I'm just, vetting tenants. I wanted to keep it as just a long-term rental. So still in the process of vetting tenants.
Stabilizing the property.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the deal. Where was it and how did you structure it?
Yeah, so I got this deal from a wholesaler. I think he's not in the group, subject group, but he knows what. I mean, he's doing things. I think he's hanging out with a lot of wholesaler in subject to in sub 2 group. So he come across this deal. Actually, I saw this deal before too. I was pretty interested to look at this deal too. I thought someone bought it, but then I think maybe the deal fell apart, and then he jumped in and got the deal, and then it was listed again. So the deal is actually in nearby Charleston, South Carolina. So the rate is actually I think 4.75, but it's a FHA loan. So so to be honest, it's not like the greatest deal, but I think for the deals that I look at and the situation and overall the condition of the house, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty new build. It's 2022
Oh, that's great.
build or something like that. So
so probably low maintenance.
Yeah, low maintenance.
Yeah.
Just need to get it, deep clean and small fixtures like that. So it was good. I think I put in about maybe in total, including closing costs, about 7% of the total purchase price.
That's great.
So I think it's
to take over a 4.7% interest rate is
Yeah.
pretty good on
Yeah.
a new build.
Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah.
That's not bad at all. And
Yeah.
what do you think it'll rent for?
You rent for, I think the mortgage rate right now, monthly payment is around 2,500, maybe less than that. But I think for me to rent it as a long-term rental, maybe around that price. It's just going to be
Okay.
breaking even.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it'll be a tax play. Sounds
Yeah,
like
it's more
so
like that. Yeah.
you'll depreciate the asset and
Yeah.
get some tax
Yeah.
benefits there,
Definitely.
and then
Yes.
hopefully appreciation because
Yeah.
Charleston area, South Carolina, I would imagine there's
Yeah.
some good development, good growth potential.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
think a big reason why a lot of us invest in single family homes is because of that reason.
Yeah.
We want to gain tax benefits, and then we want to park our money, our hard earned dollars into a real fixed asset like real estate.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
I know you just started, but a lot of us who start make mistakes. I know I made several when I first started doing real estate. What are some of the biggest mistakes that you've learned early on that you'd be willing to share, and how did it shape, or how is it shaping you today?
Yeah. So this first deal definitely taught me a lot that creative finance is not like, not like a traditional, deal that there's agent involved. They can help you, look at the documents and stuff like that. Is majority of time you are doing it as an investor. You got it from the wholesaler. The wholesaler doesn't represent you. So they don't, they don't have the obligation to look at the documents for you, right? So you as a investor, you has to be very hands-on and know what you're doing. If I would say that if there's mistake there that you didn't catch, it might end up later on, you're gonna harm yourself, right? So you need to be very hands-on before the deal close. Lots of document you need to really read it through, ask maybe if there's some other investor like you, right? You help me, you through a lot of things too. I think there's some question in myself. I didn't get an answer from other people. At that time, I think ask for some other people's more experienced investors' opinions. I think that would help definitely.
Yeah. Well, given the fact that you're in real estate and work as a realtor, you have knowledge of some of the mechanics and the basics of a transaction. So
Right.
it's good that you're able to provide your own fiduciary support. However, not everybody is in the real estate space as a broker or realtor who also invests.
Yeah.
So what were some like key components or key takeaways from this subject to deal that you did?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, when I'm looking back, definitely because I do have experience helping other people, look at documents and other clients look at documents and stuff like that. Really help myself to look into details that the key component that I need to look into, right? So, the takeaway I think from my first deal is mm, maybe. Network with more people and then know what you're doing before you really get into it. I think if you don't know much, I think it may be very hard to get the deal right. I would say. Yeah.
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 So if you were to do it again, would you do it solo, or would you try and JV with somebody and take it down with some, like a partner?
I think for myself, I will still do it like since I have experience in traditional finance as well. So I think that also translates a little bit into creative deals as well. Not 100%, but I would say that maybe 50%.
Yeah.
That I know what I'm looking at, right?
Yeah.
So that helped me. And then also the agent side of things also helped me. So I feel like, yes, I'm not 100% sure, but I would do it again. I do need to have this experience, this first time experience to help me know the ins and out of creative deals especially subject to, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
After that, I feel like I'm now a lot more confident about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But for people that haven't had any investment deals at all, haven't got any investment property at all, so I think maybe it's better to JV with someone,
Yeah.
with someone that is know what they're doing.
I
Yeah.
agree, especially for non-traditional transactions that have higher risk values,
Yeah.
because there is some challenge not only in the mechanics of the transaction, but the risks post closing of the transaction.
Yeah.
There's a lot of responsibility there, not only as a buyer and taking over the property, but there's still, for subject to, there's still a tie there with the seller. You are
Yes.
taking over their mortgage, and now you are responsible for making those payments on their behalf. So it's very different than a lot of the highlight reels you see on Instagram, and the fantasy and the romanticism around creative finance. I think has certainly gained so much traction in social media or interest media. But as a realtor and as an investor, we come across so many challenges and so many problems that we have to solve. Like going through this experience, Josslyn, what are some of the hardest things that you've come across as an investor and as a realtor?
Investor. I think as an investor and as a realtor is two different things, completely different, shoe. I feel like as a realtor, I think it's harder to get people trust, gain people's trust, I would say. Well, I get a lot of clients from the surrounding of me. It's mainly my network from from work or from school
Referrals.
before. Yeah, so I kind of personally know them already. They already trust me as a person, right? So they are able to kind of rely on my opinion as well. So that is very hard, I would say. But I did get a client recently from not from my circle, is more like from my social media. So
Oh, cool.
at first I think he didn't really like trust me 100%, but I can tell that from along the line that he definitely like trusts me 100%. Definitely think he is the one of my best clients, I think. Yeah, I
Awesome.
feel like
Have you done more than one file or one transaction with him?
Actually just one transaction. It's
Okay.
recently, like about 3 months ago, we
Cool.
closed. Yeah, he's like buying his first investment property in the Bay Area.
Awesome.
I think.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I think you're asking me about the
Investors.
investors.
Yeah.
True. Investor, I think really is definitely to start. I think when you are reading and then you're looking at videos and then you are not really doing it right. But the first deal is very, very tough. I think it's needs
Educational.
I
would say. Yeah.
Definitely.
Like if you've never done a deal and then you'd finally do one, especially if it's creative, the amount of learning is so compressed in such a small amount of time.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You just need to take a step, I think. Just take a step, get support, find a team, a community, or a local network that you can, lean on, because it's extremely educational.
Yeah, it is.
So I love that you're sharing your journey openly, Josslyn. This is really cool. What do you think why do you think showing the messy middle is so important in real estate?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I myself do want to share more on my social media as well. I think I need to put that thing in my plate and then do it more actively, I think. But I think just like other investor that's thinking of starting, I think maybe I can help if I put myself out there. And then also for me, maybe along the way, if I take a look at that time, I do want to see like, oh, I have grown this much, right? Like compared to back in the days, I'm like this, I make this many mistakes, but mean, yeah, that's definitely something that I want to maybe look back to. That's very
Are you
meaningful.
still doing work as a CPA, or
Not
are you full-time
really.
real estate now?
Yeah, I'm more like full-time real estate.
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing. Cool.
CPA, I don't think, yeah, I'm not doing much work there. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And how do you generate most of your leads?
For the realtor,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
mm,
Because you mostly work here in the Bay Area, or do you
yeah,
go like to
Bay Area.
LA? Do you go to
No,
Sacramento too?
no,
Because some realtors, they will
yeah.
go anywhere.
So I would say that I did social media,
Mm-hmm.
and that is like Instagram, and then there's a Chinese platform called Red Note or something. So I get
Mm.
clients from there too.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes.
Very
Yeah.
cool. And
Yeah.
who do you broker with?
Right now I'm with Aspires.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they're like more like
Smaller boutique brokerage, right? And they're in the
yeah,
East Bay?
yeah, not really. Actually, they are more like focusing on development. Actually, they
Oh,
have
interesting.
and fix and flips, but then they want to come up with their own team as well. But I at first actually want to do fix and flip, to be honest, in the beginning of this year. So that's why I
Yeah.
joined that brokerage.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I network with a lot of people. There's a lot of risk associated with it. So I feel like I need to gain more knowledge before I really do any
Yeah.
flips. So
Yeah.
yeah. No,
The administrative and transaction side of the project is already difficult, but then you start moving into the built environment and you have to change things and
yeah,
move things and redo things.
Yeah.
It requires very diligent and knowledgeable contractors that
Yeah.
know what they're doing, that
Definitely.
can produce. And then on top of that, the exit, like you have to buy it, then you have to fix it. Well,
Yeah.
then you have to sell it after
Yeah.
you're done fixing it.
The market,
Timing is everything
Yeah,
there.
the market of in the Bay Area also sometimes is not that predictable, right? So it's
True.
yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
saw people. I mean, around me, I have make some flipper friends as well.
Mhm.
It seems like sometimes it's not going their way. So yeah,
Where are most of your friends flipping at the moment? Or are they
around the Bay? I mean,
all over the Bay Area,
yeah,
or
all over the
mostly
Bay,
East
yeah.
Bay?
Actually, the ones that are getting better results are mostly South Bay and
Cool.
and maybe like Fremont side.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you come across any fix and flip opportunities in the South Bay, I've got a few buyers that are flipping homes exclusively in Santa Clara County.
Yeah.
And I work with a property management company, and they are turning over doors as well.
Yeah.
So, if anything kind of falls on your desk, just be sure to reach out, because we could
Definitely.
probably work on a project together.
Definitely.
Cool. So, why do you think, because I want to keep talking about creative finance, especially in today's market, because it's so unpredictable. Why do you think creative finance is so important right now than ever before?
Well, the key thing is about interest rate, right? So because interest rate is still pretty high, and I don't see it's gonna come down that much in the foreseeable future. I think it's still right now, although I think compared to last month, maybe it's come down a little bit, but it still is like 6.5 and above, something like that, right? So but creative finance, like seller finance or subject to, you can actually negotiate the rate with the seller, or you taking over the existing loan, then the rate is staying low, right? You can choose kind of like what you can choose from your deal, right? So that is very important, definitely. If I'm buying another home, I definitely won't go a traditional route. Yeah.
Yeah, because now you don't have to work with a bank, and banks suck. They can take so long, and terms aren't really that great. Like if you find a deal that you can finance traditionally in today's market, like it's pretty safe to say that that's a really good deal, because we're such at like this tipping point with interest rates, and it's very high.
Yeah.
So if we can underwrite deals that pencil with today's rates and today's environment, I think it's pretty safe to say like it's gonna do well over time. If somebody's stuck or rather, I want to go to this question. What's the biggest misconception about sub two and seller finance that you wish more people understood?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, I think I also feel like, is this legal? I mean, is this like really you can transfer, transfer the title to your name, but then the loan stay at the seller's name. Is this really something that you can do? So I think that is some
Misconception.
misconception. That's definitely there. And then even people think it's on ChatGPT is legal, right?
Oh yeah.
I just did that. It's legal, but still people will have that mindset. It's like, probably still is gray area. And then it's definitely, I mean, even as a buyer, they are kind of like skeptical about it. I saw some people are like that.
Yeah.
They like it very safe. Everything transferred to their name, I guess. Yeah.
It's just another reason why we need to verify and investigate and go deeper within our due diligence to determine whether these things make sense financially, but also the legal implications and potential ramifications of doing these deals, because that is also a risk. The reality of our state here in California is like we're the most litigious state in the union. Like more people here are happier to sue each other than anywhere else in the United States, which is a huge red flag for an investor, especially when you're taking over debt subject to.
Yeah.
We have a financial and fiduciary obligation now to perform on these notes that we're taking over. And if we don't, that could really come back and bite us in the butt in a way that's going to cost not only tens of thousands of dollars or more, probably more, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because if notes get called due, valuations here in California are just very, very high.
Yeah.
So if you take over a mortgage in California, it's probably safe to say that it's, close to seven figures.
Yeah.
That's a big risk to take on. If you think somebody's stuck in single family real estate investing, how do you think, or rather, how do you help them think bigger? Like as a realtor, like if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, like I've been buying these, base hit single family homes, but I want to buy a fourplex or I want to buy a duplex," like for them to scale up to a larger asset class, anything come to mind? How would you help your client navigate?
Well, that's a good question, because that is actually me as an investor trying to do scale from single family to more like twoplex, fourplex, or maybe eventually multifamily. That's what I have been learning, and then I aspire to be at that place maybe sometime next year. I think this year might be tough, and also I feel like definitely you need to start somewhere though. If you don't have any experience in single family housing investment, then you need to at least start with that, and then gradually you scale a little bit, little by little, I think.
I love how you answered that, because you're a realtor, but then you're also investing in real estate. So you're eating what you're selling, which to me is a huge separation from other realtors, because unless you're doing the deals for yourself, like you're not going to fully really understand the financial and legal framework of the investment. You're just there for a commission, really. And I think having that kind of mindset will empower you as a fiduciary to help your clients' success within these investments, because you're doing them too. So you can speak from experience, or you can look at it like, well, I love how you framed it. Like, well, I want to help my client buy a duplex. In fact, I'm trying to buy a duplex for myself. So like, how do I help my client navigate that? Like I'm in their shoes. And that's where you build a tremendous amount of trust, I think, with clients and people that are outside of your network. Like they see the status, they see the credibility, and and if there's the likeness there,
Mm-hmm.
then they're going to be drawn to you. And I think that's a huge win. I love how you said that.
Thank you. I think definitely, I think when I was talking to one of my clients' friends also, I think they trust me more because I have experienced it, and then they will ask my opinion about a lot of things that because I have experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Yes.
Yeah. So on the show, we talk a lot about wealth, wellness, mindset, which are so important in the real estate space. Um, we invest in real estate because we want to not only protect our hard-earned money, but we want it to grow, and we want to help hedge against inflation, and
Mm-hmm.
we want our dollars to work for us, instead of just collecting dust.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd love to talk a little bit about this topic of wealth and wellness and your mindset. How do you balance chasing deals and serving clients, and living your life without burning out?
Mm. That's a great question because I think I need to do better as well.
Mm,
In that sense, I think sometimes uh, yeah, with also personal life as well, right? So there's so many aspects of it that you need to, control. So uh, I think setting a really realistic timeline would be would be great, and also follow your plan as well. I mean, health is actually very important. Definitely,
mm-hmm,
I think we need to definitely set aside at least 1 hour a day to do workout stuff like
mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm,
To also mental health too, right? Need to do
100%.
meditation stuff like that to
Yeah.
keep yourself, you know, afloat. I think. Yeah.
Thriving, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we ultimately want to accomplish, is
Yes.
have a fulfilling, thriving life
Hmm.
that we can, endure trouble
Hmm.
and whatever, and become resilient.
Yes.
So that's
Definitely.
awesome. Um, in terms of wellness,
Hmm.
what does wellness mean to you as an entrepreneur?
Mm. I think financial freedom and also the freedom of your time. I think
Mm,
eventually. I think right now. I think I'm working towards that along with my husband. I think we want to have a family later on as well. So it's tough, but I think yeah, working hard towards that.
So do you guys have a a schedule to incorporate a lot of this wellness into your home and
Mm,
into your lives, like going to the gym and fitness and
mhm.
outside of work too, I think is
Yeah,
super important.
it
Like
is.
know when to turn the lights off
Mhm,
and, relax
mhm,
and recharge,
mhm.
or maybe go on a trip
Yeah.
or get away,
Mhm,
spending time with your loved one, even
yeah.
quality time. It could
Yeah.
be a meal, it could be a walk.
Mhm.
How do you guys kind of incorporate that into your lives?
Yeah, I mean it's tough because well, there is a lot of things happening even if in his W-2 job, right? So it's
Mm,
kind of stressful. And then me, when I'm looking at him, he's kind of stressed. I feel stressed too. So
mm,
like we need to definitely care for each other. And then when you
yeah.
see that situation, definitely you need to step up and then try to talk, and also see that how we can how I can help him. And then I don't know, like we just try to maybe sometime go for a long walk to talk about things.
Hmm.
And then after that, it's also feel like will be become a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What does he do?
He's a software engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Cool.
because a lot of these AI things coming up, and then they need to a lot of company also need to catch up. So they put their employee also in the shoe that you need to be fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that can be stressful for
yeah.
sure. Well, that's good that you guys take the time and kind of design it into your life, because the reality of adulting gets very real when you
Mm,
decide to become an entrepreneur
yeah.
and a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think I was telling Ryan this not too long ago, like being a business owner is adulting on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
You not only have to take care of your team, your staff, your finances, your legal, but then outside of that, your
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
your spouse,
Mm-hmm.
your dog, your child,
Yeah.
or your children.
Mhm.
It's so important. What what legacy are you building through real estate?
Mhm.
What does that wealth mean for you and your future family?
Mm, yeah, I mean, we are still in our 30, but I think in, I don't know, we are thinking, oh, in 10 years, we want to have enough, um, you know, real estate that can
Hmm.
have very, positive cash flow that can keep
Hmm.
us do whatever we want to do. We can
Hmm.
maybe quit. He can maybe quit his job. I can do. I mean, I do like real estate investment too. So I do want to keep doing it that route. I don't want to be bored, right? Doing nothing.
It's definitely not
That's
boring.
yeah, yeah. So that is something that we want to keep definitely. Which in the future we have children, stuff like that, and having that peace of mind
Hmm.
that's uh, that we don't need to work because we have to work,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
That's cool. Do you envision like an intergenerational real estate business where you might teach kids and have
Mm,
them take it on? Because I think it's a really big reason why a lot of these
mhm.
legacy families have been
Yeah.
able to endure
Mhm.
for centuries is because they've utilized the
Mhm.
power of real estate
Yeah.
and business.
Mhm.
That's where a lot of the money um, is grown. It's
Mm.
like over time. Real estate
Yeah.
is such a slow and long game.
Definitely. I think definitely there's influence from my father as well. I think my father was doing
Mm,
some business on the main thing he's doing is his own business, but on the side, I feel like he's also doing some real estate investing
cool.
that kind of translated to a pretty good result.
Hmm.
At least from my standpoint, I feel
Hmm.
like yeah, I think I do need to do something with it too. But
Mm,
my father didn't really taught me too much about that.
hmm.
So
Hmm.
definitely, I would say that if in the future, I think definitely I would want to teach our kids
Hmm.
to have
Hmm.
more, you know, financial mindset.
Mm,
Not just yeah,
yeah.
you can have a really good career, but that financial mindset is
Education and
very very
mindset is
important.
so
Yeah.
important. Yeah, and they won't really teach you that in school,
No. Yeah.
which is really, I mean, it's glorified government babysitting at the end of
Yeah.
the day, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Um, well, this has been great. This has been a good
Mhm.
conversation. If you could hand new investors one blueprint for success, or any tidbits of advice
Mm.
based off your experience so
Mhm.
far, what are some highlights that you'd like to
Mm.
bring up?
Got it. I think definitely educational. It's very important.
Hmm.
Uh, Before I joined Sub2, I think I kind of find a lot of educational content on YouTube, but there's too many things, right? There's
Hmm.
so many coach there as well. Um, I know that it's free, but sometimes you really need to, spend the money to learn in depth as well. I think
Hmm.
that's uh, just need to really, find the person that you think you're gonna learn a lot from.
Mm.
I think find a
Hmm.
person and then just yeah,
Education,
education.
mentorship,
Yeah,
community. I love
definitely.
that. Um, for a beginner,
Mm-hmm.
first creative deal strategy,
Mm-hmm.
what would you recommend? Or what would like, what would be one creative strategy that you would say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. New Investor, you
Mm-hmm.
should consider this?
Hmm. Because I think it really depends on different, their situation. I think
Hmm.
maybe it's different if they want active income or they just want to, be more leaning towards like invest in buys and hold.
Hmm.
So I'm not
Hmm.
too sure like what is their situation there. But
Hmm.
if just like someone like similar to me and my husband, I think mm, definitely start somewhere. Just deal analyzing, and then if it's really really good, you just need to jump into it. I think, yeah.
That's great. Um, What's the number? What's the number one, or what's the one number every investor must understand before they buy a deal? Is it the purchase price? Is it the appraised value? Is it the rent? Is it what's one big number that you look at when underwriting?
When underwriting, definitely is the monthly payment with, if I'm doing long-term rental, then the current rental rate you can get. I think you need to really look into that because sometimes property tax from the seller translate to you as an investor is going to be different in different state as well, right? So that you need to be taking into consideration definitely because it will change definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we're moving into the rapid fire round.
Oh, okay.
So I'd love to talk a little bit about all of what we had spoke to, but like in a quick like rapid fire punchy session. So I like to ask this. So the first one I really like asking is when you're analyzing deals, do you drink coffee or do you drink tea?
Coffee.
Yeah, I'm the same. What is right now your dream market to invest in?
Phoenix.
Interesting. And why is that?
Actually, I'm having one deal in contract. I was looking into Phoenix, markets for a while, but there's no deal that's good.
Yeah.
So it's like very hard. It's very competitive there, I think, because actually a lot of, like Pace is there, a lot of,
that big community is there.
It's
yeah.
there. So very competitive to find a good deal. I think good deal is already gone.
Wait, so did you find one or?
So I found one. I'm
Amazing.
in contract right now. So looking to close maybe end of this week or sometime next week.
Amazing. Is that a single family residence?
Yeah, it's single family, but it's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom.
Wow.
I'm looking into co-living.
Creative?
Yeah, creative.
Co-living.
Yeah,
that is taking over the industry, I think,
by
fire right now.
Yeah, I kind of want to learn from, other people as well. So I'm making a lot of connection.
Are you doing it with you and your husband, or are you just working with
my husband is not really involved in real estate investment, so I'm doing it. I might, JV with someone in the area, something like that. So still looking into it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hope it goes really well for you.
Thank you.
Subject to or seller finance?
If I can get seller finance, yes, seller finance.
Yeah. I'm the same.
Yeah.
When you're underwriting deals, do you whiteboard or do you spreadsheet?
Spreadsheet.
I can't get away from both. I use both. This one is actually really interesting. I'm curious to know what you'll say. What is the worst advice you've ever heard?
Worst? Around creative finance or
real estate, investing, business, maybe your realty activities.
I'm not sure if it's worse, but I recently experienced it. I feel like they're saying that if you get TC, you will be fine, but not really. I think you need to be hands-on. Even you get a TC.
Yeah, no, I agree too. 100%. Yeah. I think there's a misconception, even when you're doing just regular transactions. I assume you have a TC when you do traditional.
Yeah, I mean, yes, definitely.
Like you still need to be somewhat hands-on.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that also brings about more trust from your clients. Like you're hands-on, you're participating. Because I know a lot of realtors, they'll just hand it off to the TC and then they'll show back up when, at close of escrow. And it's kind of silly. So would you rather be rich in cash or rich in assets?
Of course, in asset. Cash won't do anything. I mean, if you don't invest, your cash will be devalued and then eventually it will be nothing.
100%. First thing you'd do if you'd hit 10 million in net worth tomorrow.
Sorry, the question again.
First thing you would do if you hit 10 million in net worth tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I would take a flight back to celebrate with my family, I guess. Like, yeah, probably me and my husband will do both together,
Cool.
like a family trip, something
Celebration.
like that. Yeah.
I would too. What's one book you would recommend to every real estate investor today?
Is that so tax-free wealth?
Mm-hmm.
That book says what I read around. I forgot. Is it team? I forgot the
I think I have that book, Tax-Free Wealth. I can't remember the author.
I think that when I read it, I feel like it's very easy to read.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, for every person that has a W-2 job, they should definitely know how to keep more into their pockets. Yes.
Yeah. Have you looked into Airbnb at all as a?
I did, but I don't think Airbnb at that time, I don't think it's a good strategy anymore. So I don't.
Why do you think it's not a good strategy at the moment?
I mean, there's a lot of regulation, right? It's very hard to do Airbnb in a lot of cities or something like that, right? So it requires a lot of work too. I mean, that's okay, but it's mainly like, okay, if the government don't want you to operate there, it's very tough. It's not going to do well.
Agreed. And I think the co-living would probably be a way better strategy in terms of income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, co-living probably, you know, it's a newer concept. It's not like it's not like super new. I think a lot of people actually doing it back in the days too.
Oh yeah, I remember renting a room here in Foster City when I was like 22 from a family that had like every other room rented.
Yeah.
So it was it's been around for a while. But now that it's addressing the affordability crisis and really incentivizing more housing, I'm really interested to know how that progresses because of this issue where we have law and governance colliding with affordability. Because if you have like a 5.5 or a 5.3 or a 6.5 or whatever, that's a lot of parking, right? And so then it kind of starts to speak to the Airbnb rules, like just this constant flooding of more people in a neighborhood and parking, I think, comes to mind quite a bit. So I'd be interested to see how that kind of plays out. But it seems like it's catching on.
Yeah, it's catching on, definitely. I think a lot more people, like, sub two people in the community, a lot of people go into that route because, it doesn't require, it's not like a multi-family. You can just buy a like relatively bigger house and you can convert it to more bedrooms. And definitely the parking is a big part. You need to find a location that has, more street parking and also maybe no HOA, but some HOA maybe is fine.
Yeah, that's a good point. HOAs typically destroy deals, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, this is great, Josslyn. Thank you for being a part of our show. How can people find out about you and your business and work with you?
Yeah, I think you can follow me on my Instagram. I think it's the Josslyn Lin. So you should be able to find me.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming.
Having me.
Another episode, guys, of the Wealth and Wellness Report podcast. If you guys like today's episode, be sure to click the subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one.